What's going on, guys? Welcome back into Rover Sports. Stupid phone is interrupting this podcast. But sometimes when you're doing a damn show, sometimes it's going to happen. I wanted to talk today about a topic that, a topic that gets to me a little bit. And that is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Because the thing about Jacksonville, let me tell you the thing about the Jacksonville Jaguars, okay? Their fan base, from what I have encountered, is the most confident fan base. They just rally behind their players like Jalen Ramsey. You look at the top 100 list, all the Jaguars are there. They never get questioned. And really, what I'm saying is, to the Jacksonville Jags fans, is why should we expect another year like last year? I mean, everybody just says, the defense. Okay? Everybody just says the defense. The New York Giants had a great defense 2 years ago. They trotted out Eli Manning. Guess what happened? Guess what happened when the New York Giants and their offense came back last year with Ben McAdoo, who sucked at offense? The whole team sucked. The coaching staff got fired, and it was a disaster, even though they had a tremendous defense the year before. Defenses, I don't really think that they could be that consistent year after year unless you have a great quarterback. I mean, even the Buccaneers, they didn't go back and repeat and start a dynasty. The Chicago Bears in '86 didn't win a Super Bowl again. The Giants won, and then the Bears still haven't won a Super Bowl, even though they had a great defense to start with. Seattle, you could point to, but Seattle had Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll. And Russell Wilson made plays to beat the Green Bay Packers. Russell Wilson would improvise and make plays, and then guess what happened to that defense? It fell apart, and the personalities got in the way, and Russell Wilson started to get big-headed, and the whole thing bottomed out. Point is, Doug Marrone is Doug freaking Marrone. He's not going to reinvent the wheel. He's not an innovative offensive mind. Blake Bortles, as a quarterback, is one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. He had one game against the Steelers where Leonard Fournette, he got all these turnovers, he made a couple of throws. He is one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. And to expect Blake Bortles and that team to go right back to the AFC Championship, to expect them to just waltz over Tennessee, to just expect them to beat the Houston Texans and Deshaun Watson, who the peers voted a top 60 player. Deshaun Watson has never failed at anything in his damn life. Ever since he was a high school kid, a college kid, he has dominated every single level. And then that last year, he went and performed really well as well. So I don't love Bill O'Brien like everybody does, but I do like Matt LaFleur a whole lot in Tennessee. And I think that Tennessee's going to win the division. The Jacksonville Jaguars, you guys have a great defense, but there's veterans. Calais Campbell, Barry Church. Are these guys all going to stay healthy? Is Todd Wash going to come back? I mean, the defense being great again. I mean, really, your window with Blake Bortles, there's no way that the Jacksonville Jaguars for the next 5 years, like if they had Blake Bortles at quarterback, Doug Marrone, Blake Bortles, there's no way that they contain that kind of consistency. Not at that quarterback position. I've never seen a quarterback as poor as Blake Bortles get to the playoffs and stay as consistent as he has. Like, at least Matt Ryan's a consistent player. Drew Brees. You look at the guys that are in the playoffs a lot. Aaron Rodgers is always in the playoffs. I mean, let's look at the guys in the playoffs. Well, Jim Harbaugh was in the playoffs. He was a great coach. But Colin Kaepernick, that thing only lasted like 2 seasons. And he had Alex Smith, and Jim Harbaugh is freaking incredible. And they had a defense, and the NFC was weak at that time. But you don't have a difference maker at your quarterback. What makes you think that you're just going to go right back into the playoffs again? I mean, what makes you think the Jags will win the AFC South? If the Jags win the AFC South, I'll be shocked. Shocked. Because Tennessee's going to be good. Tennessee's going to win that damn division. Houston might be better than Jacksonville. I would bet that Jacksonville's picking in the top 5 and they go 5-11, 4-12, then Jacksonville make the playoffs again. And if Jacksonville and they win the AFC South again, I'll be very, very, very surprised with Blake Bortles. Their defense will be tremendous defense as ever if they can do that, honestly. If they can carry Doug Marrone. Look at Ryan Fitzpatrick, for example, guys. He had one good season. He then went back to sucking again. Look at Doug Marrone in his time in Buffalo. Plain, vanilla, run the football. He's not innovative. He doesn't adapt. He's not Lincoln Riley. He's not Doug Peterson. He's not Sean McVay or Kyle Shanahan. He's not an offensive guy. He's not Mike Zimmer in terms of scheme, in terms of effort. He's not. He's a great guy, but let's see. And again, it's so funny. Everybody on here, you know what they're going to say? You hate Jacksonville, you hate Jacksonville. The YouTubers are going to say I hate Jacksonville. It's my job to tell you what exactly what I think is going to happen. Because far too many people in the media, they don't talk passionately about the AFC South. They'll only cover the coast, the Rams, the Niners. They'll only cover the Giants, the Eagles. Nobody gets this fired up about Jacksonville. And that's why their little fan base is so... They're always fighting. They're always fighting and they always think they're great because Jalen Ramsey tells them they are. Nobody gets down and deep with Jacksonville. And if Jacksonville went 4-12, the national media wouldn't even say anything because no one pays any attention to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And you know what, Jacksonville? You guys had that one playoff game against Buffalo. It was the shittiest football game I've maybe ever watched. Maybe Matt Moore going to Pittsburgh. Maybe Stafford playing the Seahawks. Disgusting. Disgusting. I would have rather had Texans-Bengals again than that shit show that you guys beat Buffalo with. It was a shit show. You beat the Buffalo Bills with Tyrod Taylor, Rick Dennison, and Sean McDermott, who has no idea what the hell he's doing. Buffalo backed their way into the playoffs off a miracle from the Red Rifle. You won one playoff game. You won a division where you had Mike Mularkey in your damn division, where you had Jacoby Brissett and Deshaun Watson got hurt. How is that an amazing accomplishment? Y'all lost to the Arizona Cardinals, the Niners late in the season. Tennessee killed y'all. And if you went to New England, you would have lost too. You just played Mike Tomlin, Pittsburgh. That one game, that's the one game where you guys get incredible credit. And you guys played great against the Texans. The defense is really good. Jalen Ramsey's a terrific player. Calais Campbell was a brilliant signing. I mean, the signings are great. Leonard Fournette, the draft picks have been really good. You're setting yourself up great. But you guys need a great offensive coordinator. And you guys need Drew Lock from Missouri to take over and be like a Joe Flacco type of quarterback for you guys. You guys need magic at the quarterback position if you're going to beat Tom Brady, if you're going to beat Patrick Mahomes, if you're going to beat Marcus Mariota. Because right now you have time. I mean, look at Denver. Case Keenum sucks. So you guys on paper can match them. Pittsburgh, who knows what's going on with Pittsburgh? Baker Mayfield in Cleveland, still a long way away. Marvin Lewis, Todd Bowles, Sean McDermott. The coaches in the AFC are terrible. That's the great news, is that it's very, very doable. You're not playing in the NFC. The NFC playoffs are going to be amazing. Great coaches, really innovative people. Quarterbacks are fantastic. Go-getters like the Minnesota Vikings that get Kirk Cousins and do brilliant stuff. And listen, Jacksonville, I just don't believe in you guys. If you guys win, if you guys get to the Super Bowl or something, it'll be magnificent. It'll be setting the game back just a million years. But in my heart of hearts, I mean, for the national media that just says Jacksonville's going to win the AFC South again because of their defense, it's a lazy argument. It's an argument that is so short-sighted. It's an argument based on what has just happened. It's recency bias, just like Fitzpatrick, just like Alex Smith, just like these dumb things that happen. It's Case Keenum, recency bias. 1 year, small sample size. Case Keenum is an LA Rams reject. He is a freaking quarterback that played for the Texans and was not very good. And now Denver thinks that he's going to lead them to special things. There's no way Denver is special. Chad Kelly would be more exciting. If I was a coach, I'd be more afraid of Chad Kelly, of swag. I'd be much more afraid than Case Keenum. But that's the NFL for you guys in a nutshell. That's everything in a dang nutshell.